I think it makes us question whether segregation itself was really the cause of the feeling of inferiority in Black children and in Black people, as we thought. It'll make us question also what I think was a naive belief that if we integrated with the whites, somehow they would stop seeing us as people of color or as Black people. If we integrated with the whites, somehow the world would stop dividing itself up in terms of race, that somehow the world's division of itself in terms of African people and European people, Black people and white people and so forth would somehow end. I think this study clearly implies then that this is not the case. I think it implies on a deeper level that inferiority in Black people is a political and social necessity. I often, in speaking to my colleagues and others who are interested in psychology, and of course in the current book that I'm trying to develop now, get across the idea of how Black psychology differs, particularly Black psychology at this time, differs from Eurocentric psychology. And I think one of the major ways that it differs from Eurocentric psychology is that when we talk about abnormality in the Black personality, when we talk about feelings of inferiority in Black people, feelings of self-hatred and self-alienation, feelings of incompetence, feelings of powerlessness and so forth that we hear a lot about, we must recognize that these feelings are a political and economic necessity. And we should start from that premise if we are to understand the psychology of Black people. I often put it this way. In order for us to be in the state that we are in today as people, we have to be out of our minds. We literally have to be crazy. It is necessary for us to be crazy. It is necessary for us to be backwards. It is necessary for us to be maladjusted. It is necessary for us to be disunited. It is necessary for us to be self-hating. It is necessary for us to be filled with an inferiority complex. In a world where the European is essentially about 10% of the world's population, if that 10% is to continue to rule over the other 90%, it must keep that 90% out of its mind. It must keep that 90% in a state of deception. It must keep that 90% filled with a feeling of powerlessness and incompetence. If this 10% is to continue to consume more than 60% of the world's resources, if this 10% is to continue to rob African, Asian, and other nations of their material wealth, then it must keep those people in a state of maladjustment. And this implies then that no matter how much integration you may bring about, the feeling of inferiority must be a constant in the Black personality. No matter how many people you run for president, no matter how many mayors you get elected, no matter how many people you get on the board of IBM and the others, the basic sense of inferiority, the basic sense of dependency must remain a constant in the Black mind. And I will indicate this, and I think this study, which occurred now some 40 years later, shows this to be the case. Dr. Clark shows surprise.
What is good, my people? We are live back again with another live broadcast on the forecast. We back again. Now tonight, it's just gonna be me. Um, oh, Cassandra popped up. Oh, it's not. That's what's up. What's going on, Cassandra? How you
What's
doing?
going on?
Nothing
I
much. No,
did. I had some stuff I need to do, but it's good now. What's up?
nothing much.
I'm
Nothing much.
good.
I ain't even because I was about to come on here to be like, oh yeah, Cassandra, was busy today, so I ain't. I was gonna delay the topic. Okay, she fell off, but yeah, I think she gonna come back. But anyway, yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I didn't know Cassandra was gonna come today because I know she was kind of busy today. So I kind of was gonna delay the topic, but I'm glad that she did pop up if she pop up. And really, I'm coming on here just to holler at y'all. Number one to try to keep the time and like some semblance of you know doing what we supposed to do. Because I'm trying to get back focused, and I will get back focused. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like no matter how cooned out or cloned out our people is, we still have to do what we have to do. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is a necessity for us to feel inferior. Black inferiority is necessary for quote unquote white supremacy. And see, I don't know how people don't get angry and don't get pissed off at like the stuff that been going on, right? And now, luckily, people are more pissed than ever. That's why I don't even talk about it because I'm just glad y'all at least are more awake about the stuff, more woke, as they would say. But anyway, and I'm gonna see if Cassandra gonna come back. But like I said, I didn't plan on doing too much today. What's going on, Cassandra? You there?
I'm here. I'm here. Sorry,
Okay.
got kicked off.
Oh no, you good. You good. Hey, I'm glad you showed up. I'm glad you're here.
Oh, it's gonna be a good one. I couldn't miss it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I ain't even set up nothing for the topic we was gonna talk about because I was gonna save that for when you come back, and I was gonna save a lot of important stuff for when you come back. But
Yeah,
while you here, then we still gonna go through it. I was gonna kind of make it an open thing today, but we could still kind of do it that way, and kind of flow through it kind of quick,
yeah.
because
It's up to you.
yeah.
How you
Um.
want to do it?
All right. So let's just go here, Cassandra. Um. Now I want to show you this. I don't know how you feel about what this brother said, but you know how we talk about each other and we talk about ourselves, right? And we just say so
Mm,
many negative things about ourselves, and even to
mm.
the smallest details and stuff like that.
Well, we don't
But
miss a beat. We don't miss a beat. Then, man, we
no.
dog ourselves out. Like we the only one going through anything on this earth.
Mm-hmm.
Every culture is going through something. Every
Yeah.
culture, you got coons in every culture. Look at the Mexicans, they voted in Trump. Look at the Somalians, you got coons in every culture. So it's
Yeah.
not just black people. And I hear people, black folks say, "Oh, we can't never hang out, stick together." Well, no culture can. No, nobody sticks
Mm-hmm.
together the way we think they do. But we're not in that culture, so we just assume that they're all sticking together and they all loving on one another. That's not the case. That's not the case at all. At
Yeah.
all.
And Cassandra, and before we even get into it, you know what I wanted? Like, now I wasn't going to talk about this because I haven't even talked about none of that whole situation, with the dude Diddy and all of that.
Mhm.
Um, but I seen a lot of like black people like putting that stuff on like all black men. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, not all black men, but just saying this is how black men is, and it was kind of pissing me off. And
But who taught him? Who taught him? Why is he the
yeah,
only one in jail? Who taught him? Somebody
that's
white
what I'm
taught him.
saying.
So we always want to take all the blame for on us, but we're not going to talk about where it all started. How they still
Right.
doing it in Hollywood. How them Hollywood directors been raping kids since day one. Look at Todd
Mm-hmm.
Bridges. I mean, and we can go on and on. That whole crew dead, right? Well, Todd is not, but that whole crew. The white girl talks about it. The Arnold, they all talk about it, and they're not the only ones. Half of the white kids in Hollywood on drugs, and we know why. Because they was
Mm-hmm.
pedophiling them. They was molesting them kids. But ain't none of them white directors go to jail.
Nope.
I mean, I'm just
No.
saying, where did this all start? It didn't just that didn't start with us. He was groomed.
Right.
Who did it to him? And where's his groomer? Why he not in jail with him? But
Well,
they
yeah.
gonna point fingers. This is America, though. This is America, and we allow them to brainwash us to believe that everything about us is bad. You got some
Mm-hmm.
black folk really believe that.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
like, how
That's
you gonna let your captives tell you about you? Your colonizer gonna tell you about you. What about them? What about their
yeah.
kids shooting up schools? We don't ever talk about that, do we? But then when I bring it up, oh, everybody look at me like, don't say that. Don't say what? Oh, I'm gonna say it. Because if not, they're gonna talk about our baby.
Right.
And I'm gonna talk about theirs.
And see,
And
that's what
I
they
never
don't.
want them to forget. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying no. Because I'm agreeing with you. They don't never mention like all of the like no matter how powerful a black person is, black man, whatever black woman is, they always are under somebody white. Like you,
Always.
even if you look at the record label, the most powerful black record labels are under a white label. Like
Right.
like everything is always under uh overseer, if you will,
Right. That's
and it's
how,
like you
yeah,
said.
that's how it is.
Hmm.
Everybody, even though they're not increasing, they're gonna make sure that they lay things down for them to still run stuff. Look at South Africa. South Africa is like, ooh, probably, God, I don't know the numbers of white people, but it's not that many, but they still in power. How is that possible? Because you got brainwashed Negroes sitting up there still voting their asses in, even though they treat them like dirt. But you had a Malema that wanted to run the country, and they, oh no, he's too militant, he's too this. What? He was the only way you're gonna get free, dummies. You gotta fight for your friggin' freedom. And they didn't even want to do that. They rather keep a white person over there because they brainwashed to believe that they worship white folk. That's the sad part about Africa. They worship white people. And it bothers me. They worship them. Why are you worshiping your enemy? Why are you worshiping the very person that killed you, is keeping you down? And you'll sit up there and tell me that I'd rather have a white man over me than a black. What? What? That's how brainwashed people are. Not just Africans, it's people, black folk too. But go ahead.
No, yeah, that's facts, and it's not just that, it's the fact that even saying this, like it's this like as a black man, like if one black dude does something, he represents me, like like I did, I don't. I get it too because it happens with black women. It's the same thing, It's just like when one person does it, then the whole race have to pay for everything all at once, and that's like I think that's coming from self hatred number one. But I
It's
don't know. I
coming
don't
from
know
the
what you think.
educational system too. You have to understand. We didn't believe that way back until we allowed them to start educating us. That was the best thing for them. That was the best thing black folk could have ever done, was to allow them enemies to educate your children. But what did Malcolm say? Only a fool would allow their enemies to educate their children. And we don't care about our children because every day we seem to think that they're gonna get a better education when they're over there in them white schools. And we've talked to black students. How do they treat you? They treated them like crap. Every day was a fight for them. Every day them little demons demonized them, traumatized them every day. Even the teachers was allowing them to traumatize them. When our babies went to their school back in the day, them kids got traumatized in them schools. Why would you do that? It was so important for you to get a better education, but your babies came out with PTSD. Your babies weren't educated better. They came out traumatized. So yeah, you did do something better. You traumatized your own kids and you allowed them demons to do it. And never once when your child was like, Mommy, I don't like it here. Well, you're gonna go because they have a better education. No, your child wasn't getting that better of anything. Go ahead.
Yeah, facts, and so as we saying that, I want to play this consider and tell me what you think about this. What he's saying.
My father was super dark. You think I'm black? My father was blizzard.
Yeah.
Okay, you can tell where his hair stopped. That's how black he was. Okay, beautiful black man, but he was dark. And when you're ashamed of that, or when people are ashamed of that, whenever somebody called my daddy, was mad at my daddy, they always said with your black self.
They say that about
Nobody
everybody,
ever
don't
said anything good to my daddy and called him black while they was giving him a compliment. Nobody ever said, "Ooh, Rob, that's a nice car with your black self." Oh, Rob, that's real cool what you just did with your
That don't
black
even
self.
sound right. That's how messed
But
up
when
we
they was
are.
mad at him, Rob, you supposed to come pick him up. You didn't pick him up. That's what's wrong with you with your black self. You ever notice that?
That's
We
saying.
never say black self, and it's a compliment. We always say black self when it's an insult. And then we turn around and say, well, be proud to be black. Well, how can you be proud to be black when you're treated as if being black is a curse or something wrong with it?
Yeah, what you think about that, Cassandra?
Wow. That's wow.
It
That
don't even
is
sound
wow.
right to be like, "Oh yeah, you're
I know.
beautiful with your black because that's what we say. It's your black you know.
Exactly. I mean, but no, but sometimes I've seen little black babies, seriously, and they're the prettiest little black babies. I said, oh my God, you're so beautiful with your little black self. And I've said that, I'm just saying, but it was with a compliment because I wanted them to understand how beautiful their skin is. And that's what we need to start saying. But forecast, this is up to us. If we're gonna change us, if we're gonna change our mindset, we have to begin to do things different. Are we comfortable enough to do that? A lot of people are not.
Yeah.
They're not. They're good with, they're okay with continuing to do things the status quo, the way always been done. We're gonna
Yeah.
continue to think the way they wanted us to think, or they want us to think, and we're gonna continue talking the way they want us to talk because
Yeah.
they've trained us very well.
Yeah, and like this is the start of like why we have quote unquote can't ever do nothing as black people. Like that's what people claim we can't, and why we get on here and go at each other, and we can't. It be one thing, and then we fall out, even though we're supposed to be building nations together. You know what I'm saying? But as black people, is this everything in society points to is designed to make you hate yourself, and then we look
Yeah,
around and wonder why we are in the situation. Why is it so hard to work? Because a lot of us have a lot of self-hatred within ourselves, and we
yeah,
have a lot of toxic patterns and behaviors that we've learned from
yes,
traumas passed down from our parents who got it from their parents, like, and those
right,
traumas was put on us by a group of people who to this
yeah,
day we still try to
yes.
be like, please accept
We
me and love me.
still,
And they don't
yes,
have no love in
yes,
their heart to
no,
love you
no,
if they could,
no. Yes, and it bothers me when I see these white girls and these white and black guys with these, white women, and it just bothers me because I'm like, that's not love, and they so love is love. No, honey, it's not. They're only doing that because they're trying to save their race. Period. That's the only reason. And people don't get that. These crackers will do whatever it's going to take for them to save their damnable race. And they know they're not reproducing. They know that. You think they don't know? They know. So they teach their daughters, they teach their sons to go out here. You got to go out here, just like you've seen that commercial where it was only one black man on earth, and they said, "We need you to survive. Will you help us to survive?" And I guarantee you that Negro gonna help every last one of them black white women to survive. He gonna
I
help them
love
out.
you.
Exactly. Oh my God, to be the only one. Oh my God, that's a dream
Dream
come
come
true for
true.
most black. I'm just saying that's a dream come true for most black men. Especially the one who said he didn't want a black dog. He wanted a
uh
white one, and the white dog killed him and got no charges. Charges was dropped.
consider
Just saw that. Charges dropped.
consider I
So
didn't
I'm
want
just
to.
saying.
I was
I'm
gonna
just saying.
skip this part because I was gonna do some history stuff because you wasn't here.
Uh-huh.
But since you are here, and you brought it up. Let's
I'm
see
just
here.
saying. He got no charges. None. Please
Let's
play
see
it.
here.
Maybe you'll believe her. Him. Yeah. I
Lied
love that
about
part. I love this
how
show.
they originally charged her, but soon after her charges were dismissed. Now I'm going to play this video about some of the details, and then I'll be back with some more commentary. This video is fair use for literary and commentary purposes only. Just
Well,
watch.
watch and see
It
who
was a
dropped the
case
charge.
that sparked outrage. A young father shot and killed in his own home, and the woman who admitted to pulling the trigger, his girlfriend. But she wasn't charged with murder. In fact, initially, she wasn't charged at all. Now we have a final update. Hannah Cobb, the Georgia woman at the center of the investigation, will not face any criminal charges for killing 30-year-old Telvin Osborne.
What? I can't believe this, Cassandra. What is happening? I can't believe it.
Hey, ain't that
What?
something? No charges. And you wonder why. Why? Oh my God. Man dead. Murder's murder. But what did I tell you about that law in Virginia? What did I tell you? Is it still so today? The Killing Act? What was the name of it? Was it the Killing Act or something like that in Virginia?
Yeah, casual killing.
Casual Killing Act. Same thing. So is it over? Is that law still in existence, family? Hell yeah, it is. You just saw it. But tell some black folk, no, that's just a coincidence. Honey, coincidences don't happen, baby. I don't care what state you're in. That law is across the board. And you had a black sheriff that released her, a black sheriff who dropped the charges. That's the main part about it that I don't want you to forget. That's how trained we are. They don't have to do it to us no more. We'll do it to ourselves. A black sheriff was the ones that dropped the charges. I'm just saying. So your babies can't get no justice because of a coon who love him some white folk. That's the only reason why he in that position. When you see a black person in a leadership position, that white person knows that they're safe for them. Okay. Go ahead with your bad self. You got what you want.
And what are police telling the community? You're watching Law and Crime. I'm Kennedy Walker, and I'll walk you through the details. Telvin Osborne and Hannah Cobb were in a relationship. The couple shared a home in Waynesboro, Georgia, where they were raising 2 young children together. But it would be inside that same home where Telvin's life came to a violent end. The 30-year-old father was shot and killed earlier this year on February 23rd. Police say the shooter was his girlfriend, Hannah Cobb. At first, Cobb told police the shooting was an accident. In a 911 call obtained by WAGT, Cobb can be heard telling the dispatcher she was checking the chamber of her gun when it accidentally went off. She claimed the weapon jammed.
I think First Rifleman be rocking that same hat right there.
I thought that was him.
Nah, he can't. He might want a white girl. He probably can't get one.
The trigger by mistake. But despite Cobb's claims, the Burke County Sheriff said Telvin's death was not classified as accidental and added that the pair had been drinking that night.
It's just very tragic that he has lost his life in this manner.
Sheriff Williams also said there had been an altercation right before the shooting, one that escalated quickly.
It is reckless to go out.
But it was reckless for her to kill him. Okay.
And then introduce a firearm into an argument. It is reckless to engage in an argument where there's pushing and shoving going on.
Eventually, Cobb was arrested, charged with involuntary manslaughter, but the decision not to charge her with murder sparked immediate backlash. Critics pointed to the changing narrative around whether the shooting was truly accidental and also raised questions about race, as Telvin was black and Cobb is white. In a March hearing, court records began to shed light on the couple's history. Cobb's family described the relationship as chaotic and abusive. New details came to light in the weeks after the shooting, including ring camera footage that showed Cobb telling Osborne to leave the home. According to court records obtained by Where Is the Buzz, Cobb told investigators that Telvin left, but came back and threatened her with a knife. Telvin reportedly texted Cobb, "You better hide." Investigators.
Now, remember, originally, she was like, oh, I was drunk. I just came home. I was cleaning my gun and it went off by accident. That was the first story. Now he became abusive, the angry black man, you know. Although he might not have thought he was one of us, he turned out to be. And that's he could not hide the melanin in his skin.
Say cop called Telvin's mother trying to de-escalate the situation, but things only got worse. Cop claims Telvin forced his way inside and she ran into the bathroom. She told investigators he kicked in the door and that's when she fired a single shot. The case was eventually presented to a grand jury, but the panel declined to indict, meaning.
Now, was it an accidental shooting, Cassandra, or based off of what they said in this one news clip, it was two different things?
So she lied. So when you call the police, you lied. For one, you need to go to jail for lying. So now who coaxed her? And when did she change her story? Was it after she talked to her attorney so she can get her shit straight? And her attorney told her, hey, this is what we need to say. If you're going to get off, it's self-defense. You know, them black folk, you know, y'all can do what you want with them. And you can get off. All you got to do is, you know, hey, it was self-defense. He was chasing me out of the house. It was, you know, we were both drinking. It was drunk. Because when the story first came out, she had been drinking by herself and he was at home and she came. I remember the story. If we want to pull up the original story, he was sleeping. She came home. She was drunk. She started playing with the gun and he got shot. That was the original story. Don't forget the original, okay? Then it changed to now this story. So when did it change? Who did she talk to for it to change? And whoever she talked to, it worked. Because I'm white and I say so. It was always going to work. Because the Nigerian, the OnlyFans, she tried it too. But the only way hers didn't work was the coroner. The medical examiner said it's impossible for it to have happened. He was honest, right?
Well, because she on trial now. We don't know if she's gonna get off or not.
Oh well, yeah, okay. She probably gonna get off too. You know, it doesn't matter. Even though it shows videos of her being abusive to him, and he, you know, a lot of times she was kicking his behind. What is going on with that? Why you get to put your hands on anybody? Keep your hands to yourself. Seriously. So you know, we're gonna fight it out, and then now you're gonna see all this. We've been telling y'all to leave these nobodies alone. They can hurt you, kill you, chase you down, Jonathan, chase you out of your vehicle, and still you get brought up on charges. What the hell are we doing? What the hell are we doing here? Are we that desperate? Are we that thirsty for white women, men?
Yeah.
Are we that? And then you got Africans telling Africans, leave them white men alone. They come over here, leave them alone. I interviewed a girl who has gone through so much with these dating or, you know, with these white guys, and they still don't get it. They always think it won't happen to me. And it ended up happening to them too. They take you to Europe and then treat you like dirt, but you'll stay because you got, you know, you're not living in a hut anymore. I'm just saying, you're not living how you living. You got a home, you got a car, you got new white friends, you know, they accepting you, but he's still treating you like dirt. But you'll stay because of materialistic stuff. You can build your own country up. You can have exactly what he got in Europe here in Africa. That's how much opportunity it is. That's how much money that can be made here. People don't understand that. They think, oh my God, I got to stay in America because I'm gonna, you know, I go over there and I'm gonna be this, that, and the other. But I guarantee your life will be a whole lot better than there, over here. But it's fear. They've been telling you forever, Africa's a shithole country, and you believe it. But I show you all the pictures. Like, you see a shithole country, think I'm gonna be living in a shithole country? I'm just saying, we gotta stop. You gotta run from America, run for your life. And you guys don't even have sense enough to run for your life. You rather sit there and struggle. You rather pay $1,800 for rent when mine is $435. I'm just saying, for rent. But we rather fight for our lives. We'd rather get in these toxic relationships and stay because we got a white woman. That's what Nigerian did. That's what the OnlyFans, he stayed because he had a white woman. This dude didn't talk about black women like a dog. And the very woman you talked about, you wouldn't have had to worry about that with her. She wouldn't have did you like that. But you thought you was gonna beat this white woman and get away with it or whatever. I don't even know that happened. I don't even think that part happened. I don't. I think what she said in the beginning really happened. He was at home asleep. So who's gonna tell the story? Who gonna tell the truth? He dead. He can't tell you what happened. So you going by her word, but a man is dead. But she told you in the beginning what happened. But we refused to go by that same story because she changed the story so many times. And that's what they seem to do because they get these lawyers and the lawyers say, okay, this is what you need to say if you're gonna walk. But you know what? She got to reap that. She got to reap that. Because sowing and reaping is real, whether you know it or not. It's real. So I rest with that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, consider it's like they really gaslighting us, like we didn't remember what she just said. Like she said we was clean. She said I was cleaning the gun
Exactly.
and
She
it went
just
off
said that.
by accident. So
Exactly.
no.
Exactly. We forget that. They think we stupid. They think we don't understand. They think we're gonna forget what she said when it first happened. That's the first incident. That's the truth right there. I believe that she was drinking. And that's what happened. I don't believe they was fighting and he was chasing her. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning. So how was the first thing she said, I came home, I was, came from the club. That was the first story. Came from the club, he was asleep. Got the gun, we was, I playing with the gun and gun went off. That's her first story, right? So now all of a sudden, now he up running, chasing you, self-defense now. Oh, okay. That's the only way you're gonna get off. But he's dead. Can he argue with your story? You're gonna say whatever it's gonna take to get off, and they're gonna believe you and you know it. So why would I go stick to my first story when I'm gonna get off for murder? I just killed him and I'm gonna get off for it. Okay, y'all keep messing with them snow bunnies. Keep on.
Yeah, and then look at these comments. He's like, ends are always in the wrong.
Ain't that something?
Right.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
Yeah.
A meme on Twitter about it. I think I might have posted the Uno reverse thing or whatever because the white woman killed the black guy. There was also an article about it that said white woman kills black boyfriends, sparking a discussion about race, right? And a lot of people were saying like, oh, black dudes kill white women all the time, but when it's the other way around, now we're gonna have a discussion about race. And then seeing that they didn't charge her, like,
let me be the first black man better not harm a hair, blonde hair on that
And
white
they
girl
know
head.
it.
Bet not
And they
touch
know
that.
it. And they know it.
Let
And
me tell
Becky
you
will
right now.
tell you. She will tell you. Remember the one she was dating a black dude and he was one of the stars of football, basketball, one of them stars, right? And she literally said, threatened him that she was gonna call the cops on him. And he had it all on tape. That's the only way he got off. He had it all on tape. And I'm surprised he got it on tape and he still got off.
Now look, look at what they're saying, right? So one dude said, "Welcome to nigga town." That's what he was saying, not me. He said, now this dude said reverse cold toll. So that means like you gotta pay a toll. She said toll reclaim. This one dude said she was most likely defending herself. Now, this other dude here said she will still forever be a nigga lover.
Exactly. They'll never want her. She got black kids. You know how that is. When you work with a white woman, you black, she's done. She will never be able to go back. But a white man can always go back. Always. But that white woman can't, not with them kids. He could have been with 15 black women. He don't even have to ever tell it. But he still be welcome back. But not the white women. She'll never be welcome back. But the next man that mess with her, beware. She gonna kill you too. Because she got away with it. And she knows she can. So who gonna be her next victim? Who gonna be her next victim?
See, yeah, that's what the white
somebody out there, they already lusting on, man. She's single, she ready. Yeah, go ahead. No, mess with the black will.
Yeah, ain't got to worry about the black accent. He did already.
Exactly.
So.
Ain't got to worry about nobody. She full. She's free. She can go and date and she can do and you gotta live with that, baby. You think she gonna you think she gonna be okay living with that?
She be all right.
Yeah, he would too.
I saw that And I thought, oh, it was self-defense, right? That's what you assume, right? He attacked her. He was going to kill her. He's probably freaking out, coming at her with a knife or whatever. And she shot him. But then I decided to finally like look into this story a little bit more.
So
And
they just say the stuff, and but you know they're dumb, so it don't really matter what they say.
They believe
so
it though. They believe they believe that. This is how these people think. These people will raise money for a woman that sit up there and cursed out on her job a Somalian couple, and they gave her $100,000. Wasn't it $100,000 they raised for her for negative, horrible behavior? This is America.
No, I was about to say, consider now I switched the whole topic and just brought out random videos, and you still on point, like calling it out like stuff on the show.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, I was like, oh. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna let them talk.
Not so black and white.
A huge development this
This is
evening in
America. We didn't forget where we at.
A grand jury has chosen to not indict Hannah Cobb, who was accused of shooting and killing 30-year-old Telvin Osborne. Now, this all went down.
I think this is the original story here.
On February 23rd at home on 4.
The graphic guy really outdid himself. Not only did he crop these.
Hannah Cobb was later charged with felony involuntary manslaughter. In a press conference, the Burke County Sheriff later confirmed that there had been an altercation before the shooting and drinking was involved. There were two different stories told in Hannah Cobb's bond hearing. One where Cobb claimed that the gunfire was accidental, and another where there was an altercation. Cobb's defense says Cobb lied in her initial 911 call and says the shooting was in self-defense.
So
the original one was the lie.
Oh, okay. Come on now. That's what. Okay, I got it. So it came out after her attorney got involved, and he said, "This is what we gonna do." I know you said that over there. Don't even matter. Because what we gonna say is what we gonna say, and it's self-defense. I don't give a damn what you just said in the beginning. It don't even matter.
Yo, you there, Cassandra? You went out. I don't know if you can hear me. Your thing just went out. Let me see. All right. Stop for a second. Yeah, what's going on, Denise 804? Appreciate you listening. I think Cassandra mic went out. If your mic come back in, I don't know if you can hear me, but if your mic come back in, you might have to go out and come back in or something. But I'll play this while we wait.
Her defense claimed she lied. That's what you want to hear from your So basically, she called 911, claimed that she shot him by accident, and then later changed her story to say it was self-defense.
Osborne had a large knife and was.
Now this is a racist white boy telling you this.
Late April, a Burke County grand jury decided not to indict Cobb, which now means the case is closed. That does not mean that formal charges won't be brought up in the future.
But I want you to also see like the mindset that like I know that they won't tell you this like at their jobs and all this stuff. You there, Cassandra?
Yeah, I'm here. I had to get on my phone. Go ahead.
Okay. So and see this dude said mud sharks, which is N-word loving white girl. You know, a white girl who's been with a black dude is considered a mud shark.
What that means?
Yeah. And so it said deserves everything that comes to them.
They don't never forgive them, honey.
They be mad as hell
in the future, but District Attorney Jared Williams.
Yeah, I mean, there's basically like two possibilities here. Number one is she
was scared.
And number two is it was self-defense, but she didn't think people would believe her. She was freaking out when she called 911 and she decided to claim it was an accident instead. Because
that makes sense.
But whatever, like they decided not to charge her, so she must have been convincing. She must have convinced them it was self.
She must have cried or something, you know.
Exactly. The white tears was prevalent. Them white tears or something. They something else. Them tears something else. Them tears is something else. They'll get
That
you
makes
out
sense.
of murder.
The story of self-defense was not, you didn't, they wouldn't believe the self-defense part. So let me say I was cleaning my gun in an accident. They'll believe that though.
Come on now. Come on, forecast. Are we serious here? Are we really serious? Did you hear that? Oh, so it couldn't have been it couldn't have been where she really shot him. That she came in drinking and was drunk and playing with the gun. It couldn't have been that. It had to be the second story. But the second story came up after she met with the lawyer and the attorney. You see what I'm saying? So this is what the attorney told him. If you're gonna walk, because we can get you off. He already told we can get you off because it's your word against his. He's dead. So we're gonna change that whole story. Yes, we know it's out there, but it don't matter. Because you go ahead and cry, do what you gotta do, and you're gonna walk. It's self-defense. It doesn't matter what the story is, it's self-defense. We're gonna put him up running and jumping and doing whatever, even though he was in the bed, laying down, sleep, and you'd went in there playing with the gun, and then you shot him. Because I believe that that's what happened. The first story is the story that I believe. But she gonna walk. Okay. So she just got off with murder. Ain't that something?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't believe neither one. I think she just went in there and shot him. Like it won't no accident, and it won't no argue.
I don't believe it was an accident either. But I'm just saying that's the best story. But I do believe she shot him on purpose. I do believe that myself. She was drunk, and this is something that she always wanted to do. I want to see what it feel like to kill somebody. Because you know how they think. That's how they think. I want to just see what it feels like just to shoot somebody in the head. Let me see how I feel. That's what she was thinking. And she went on and finally did it. Because that ain't the first time she was thinking that. That's been on her mind for a minute. And she got away with it. Ain't that something? So who's gonna be her next victim? Forecast, you ready? She's free. She's free. Because you know it's gonna be some Negro that's gonna be, oh, she would never do me like that. You know they waiting in line. You already know that, right? They waiting in line.
My boy Kofi probably call her. No, I'll take it.
They waiting in line. They waiting in line. I'm just saying, they waiting in line. You know that, right? Okay.
I'm good. I'll be all right. I prefer women that take baths and stuff. You know.
Ready?
Defense. Yeah, it is, and also it is what it is. You know.
Oh, it is what it
gets
is.
away with murdering her black boyfriend. You know.
Hilarious.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Now he was a damn coon here, right? Because he wasn't with black people. He didn't like black people. But do you think they can tell the difference? You know.
I don't know. They ain't tell. They don't care.
He said he said he a good boy with a crucifix, bling, and fishing pole. It's always self-defense if you live with the N-word.
Ain't that something?
And he loved them.
They were living together and they had 2 children.
Mulatto. Now, considering people gonna be like, people get mad at me because I'd be like, yo, those mulatto kids.
Oh, honey. Especially if they raised by her.
I'm just saying. They black though.
Ain't nothing black about them kids.
You can hear the lion in her voice.
Where's the fucking closed captioning when you need them? Unavailable.
Now I hate to say this because one dude said gross, they had kids. And I agree with that. Like, what are you doing, brother? What's wrong with you?
Anyway, that goes on for like 6 more minutes, but you get the idea. She's very distraught on the call. This is a video from 2 months ago when it kind of first happened.
Now he's dead and she's behind bars, accused of taking his life. She allegedly said it was an accident, but many on social media are not buying it. Now, the search for the truth
By the way, I think in a different video I showed, when they decided not to charge her, they had a different news video I watched this morning was saying that they had to, like, the police had to prep for riots. They were worried that the bleeps were going to riot when they announced no charges, because this has been kind of one of these cause du jour for the Black community of like, oh, she murdered him, she needs to go to jail kind of thing.
It's a story that's left a community searching for answers.
That mud
A
shark's
young
going
father
wild.
shot and killed, and the woman who allegedly pulled the trigger, his girlfriend, Hannah Cobb. But questions are swirling on social media, like what really happened to Telvin Osborne that night? Why did police arrest his girlfriend? And if this was not an accident, why is Hannah Cobb not facing a harsher charge? According to police, in the early hours of Sunday, February 23rd, 25-year-old Hannah Cobb shot and killed Telvin in the master bedroom of their home, a home which they shared with their 2 children.
It's just very tragic that he is
In
lost
the
his
master
life
bedroom. He didn't say.
By WJBF News, Burke
Y'all
County
better wake up and hear it.
Roger Williams said the shooting happened after a night of drinking and an argument that turned physical. But how did the gun?
I would have loved for them to do his autopsy. Was he drinking? Actually, we didn't hear no alcohol. We didn't hear an autopsy. We didn't hear nobody bring that up, right? Was he actually drinking? Did they do an autopsy on him to find out if he was drinking? I guarantee you they didn't. Because they would have found out that he wasn't drinking. Okay, I'm just saying, what was his family? His family didn't even fight for him.
Well, he did say he wasn't with Black people, so.
Just saying. So,
I mean, but if he smoked a cigarette, they'd be like, it's tobacco in his blood. That's what made her do this. You know what I'm saying? They found anything. That'd be the first thing they say on the news.
He would turn it over.
He didn't smoke the cigarette. He was going crazy, you know. That's how they think, you know.
That's the saddest thing ever right there. That's the saddest thing.
Law and crime, Cobb allegedly told police that sometime after they returned home, she was checking her firearm, something she claimed the couple did together every night.
Wait. This
Why are you
was
checking your gun every night? Cleaning your gun every night.
This was the original story.
Something she claimed the couple did together every night. But get this, on crime, Cobb allegedly told police that sometime after they returned home, she was checking her firearm, something she claimed the couple did together every night. But get this, despite the incident report clearly...
That's such a bad story. Yeah, I was just like checking my gun, doing my normal nightly maintenance, and whoops-a-daisy, shot my husband in the chest, square in the chest, killing him.
Police stating that Cobb allegedly said she was cleaning her gun when it fired. Sheriff Williams says his office never received any information to support that.
Important for us to clarify that at no point during
even these Neanderthals, these dumbass Neanderthals can even see how stupid that is. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And they're stupid. Like they're like, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not.
But guess what? That's the story she gave. That's the story until she talked to her attorney. Here we go again. We're going to get back to the attorney. The attorney told her what needed to be said in order for her to walk. Who's going to disagree with her? He can't. He's dead. Period. So this is what we're going to say. Rather, whatever the story is, because I still don't believe we got the true story. I believe that whatever happened, she was, playing with that. She has always wanted to do that. Who's going to believe that, though? We can tell people, we hear little kids saying, I want to be a murderer when I grow up. Ain't that what the little white boy said? I want to be a murderer when I grow up. Remember, we did a show and that's what he said. I want to be a murderer. Okay.
One of them said, I'll kill everybody in here tonight. Another one said,
I plan to kill everybody in here. He had a party and everybody sitting on the couch. He said, I was going to murder y'all tonight. Now somebody tell me that, you think I'm going to sit right there? Because I'm going to make sure you ain't going to change your mind. I'm out. Seriously. Why would you sit there? This is how they think, though. We trying to teach you guys how they think. She could have been thinking about shooting him in the chest forever. That could have been something that was on her mind, and she was thinking she gonna write the book later, 10 years now down the road. She gonna write the book on her deathbed. I always wanted to kill him. I always wanted to kill somebody. He just happened to be the one that night. That's how they think. That's how they think.
Now, consider, I'm gonna have to stop you right there because you know if a white person sleep with you, they can't be racist now. You know that.
I Well, he did, and a whole lot more. The only fans, she was white, he was black. The Nigerian, he was black, and he dead today. I'm just saying, he dead today. But you know what that rule say? That law. We coming back to that Casual Killing Act. If you kill them while you disciplining them, you gonna
You
walk.
said
No
he
felony
called.
charges.
This dude said mud babies.
Yeah, right. You right. They are mud babies.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You see how they talk about her? You see, she'll never be able to get back in the mix. And if she do, they're gonna be using babies. Because he gonna be a creep, and them babies getting ready to go through hell right now. But he wanted a white dog instead of a black one, right? Okay, there you go.
Man,
Whose
God
fault
bless.
is it?
The investigation,
Whose fault is it? That's his mammy's
is there
fault.
any information
'Cause that's
about
how you talk to your son.
some cleaning?
However, Sheriff Williams made it clear this tragedy is not being ruled an accident.
It's crucial to note that the investigation has not been classified as accidental.
But if this wasn't an accident, then why isn't Cobb charged with a harsher crime like murder? And why was she not arrested on the spot? The delay sparked outrage from the victim's family and the community. Joining us now is legal expert Joe Tamburino. Joe, thank you for joining me today.
It's irrelevant. We spent way too much time on this one, considering because I also wanted to show you this one. The white girl who killed the brother baby who I showed on the last one.
Oh yeah, ain't that something? I'm surprised she got any time. I'm shocked.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Crazy.
shocked. Her family didn't have no money. That's what that was.
She might actually do like maybe 30 days in jail or something. I don't know.
Follows as to each count. On count one, it says we, the jury, find the defendant not guilty. On counts 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, the verdict.
She was found not guilty. She was just ready to cry. She was found not guilty. She didn't even listen, and she's bust out crying. You see how stupid they are, though? And ain't that one. They don't have tear ducts either. I'm trying to tell you. Show me a white person with actual tears coming down their face. I'm saying, in court, show me one. They don't have tear ducts. I don't think. Now, he said not guilty.
2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The verdict reads: we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of felony murder, 2 counts, aggravated battery, 2 counts, and cruelty to child in the first degree.
No, not guilty. No, listen, look at what they did. Like, not guilty of malice murder, where she beat an infant to death. Beat an infant to death. Not guilty. She bust out crying. You wouldn't think that she stupid as hell, but she was found not guilty of that, and found guilty of lesser crimes, like where it's not as she's not going to get life for beating an infant to death. That's crazy.
Find the defendant not guilty.
Not guilty, bitch. What are you crying? The most dangerous species in the universe. Like, what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Not guilty. This is your white dog theory.
3, 4, 5, and 6. The verdict reads: we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of felony murder, 2 counts, aggravated battery, 2 counts, and cruelty to child in the first degree.
Look at this, consider. Look at her face when she looked back up at the judge after she acted like she was crying.
Reads: we, the jury, find the defendant.
Look at that. Look, see how fast her face switched up.
But that's what they do. She didn't care nothing about that baby. But where was the daddy? He didn't pay attention to her action when it came to that baby. He didn't pay no attention. He should have saw how she was feeling about that baby. You think she didn't display that when he was around? I'm sure he did. I'm sure she did. But that's a fake right there. Look at that right there. Like you said, look at her face. Look at her face. She thought she was gonna get off.
Yeah, she went from crying to, oh, am I going? That's crazy.
Going to jail? Really? What? You? She couldn't believe it. She just knew she was gonna get off of that. She knew it because what they usually do is get off for it. I'm surprised she got any time. Seriously, I didn't expect her to get no time.
Crazy.
But you know they still don't get the max. They never give them the max. That's for black folk. You don't want to get the murder charge. You never get a manslaughter charge. Black folk get the murder charge, and white folk get the manslaughter. Just like that woman who shot that woman through the door. She got never once got a murder charge. She got manslaughter. Went to jail for manslaughter, not murder, because she viciously murdered that woman through that door. But they don't see it the way we see it. She viciously beat that baby to death, and
Beat him
still
to death.
they can charge her with no murder charge. No murder. Wasn't murder.
I don't even think
It's
the baby
manslaughter.
was one.
I don't know how old the baby was, but she didn't get no murder charge.
That's crazy.
Didn't even
Beat
matter.
her to death.
Beat her to death.
That's crazy.
But
What
that's the
charges did-
monster that he was sleeping with every day. You didn't feel that? You didn't feel them demons in her? How do you sleep with somebody like that who has that spirit to murder and beat your baby to death? How do you not feel that? That's something. It's something wrong with you. You wanted a white woman so bad that you chose a murderer over your child.
Yeah.
You
And
don't
like
just
that
up and
man-
be a murderer today. That's in their DNA. We don't understand that. That's in their DNA, family. Them people just don't wake up today and murder folks. Just like that white man that killed that black woman, his wife, and spit on her after he killed her. How much time did he get? I don't even think he got no time, did he? He did, it wasn't much. Might have got what, 12 years, if that? Or did they have trial yet?
I don't know. I don't know about that one. Let me see.
Verdict reads, we, the jury, find the defendant guilty of felony murder, 2 counts, aggravated battery, 2 counts, and cruelty to child in the 1st degree.
She smiled when the first verdict was read, but that expression didn't last long. What began as an ordinary day in a Georgia college town ended with a shocking revelation that would make headlines nationwide. Trinity Madison Pogue, a former beauty pageant winner and college student, was convicted in a case that prosecutors say exposed the dark side behind the crown. Authorities say the tragic incident occurred in January 2024, when Pogue was babysitting an 18-month-old boy. The child was rushed to the hospital unresponsive, and doctors quickly determined that his injuries were far more severe than a simple accident. According to the medical examiner, the toddler suffered blunt force trauma injuries that could not have come from an ordinary fall.
Did a bottle of rum or a dispute or a fight over social media passwords kill that child? No.
A mud baby, as the dude said.
What killed that child was, with beyond dispute, it was a massive, tremendous blow to the back of his head that cracked his skull from here to here.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Ain't that something? Ain't that something?
She killed that little boy. She cracked his skull.
Ain't that something?
Out of anger, out of malice. We'll talk about all that later. She killed that.
Something.
She's the only person.
She sure did. It didn't feel nothing. Just killed him. She thought she was gonna get away with it.
Do you see any tears, decision?
Not a one. Not
Yeah,
a
she
one.
would-
She ain't good at that. That thing don't feel no. That thing don't feel no guilt. None. What they don't. They're not. They don't have a guilty bone in their body. They don't.
Damn.
They
don't have a guilty bone in their body.
Don't let these.
What is she wiping? Like, what are you doing?
Anything to do with the answer to that question: who killed J.D. Angeles? Don't let these other things cloud your vision.
Investigators soon turned their attention to Pogue. She was arrested and charged with aggravated battery, felony murder, and cruelty to children. Prosecutors argued that the trail of evidence, including angry text messages and witness testimony, painted a picture of frustration and resentment toward the child. They told the jury that Pogue's own words and the forensic evidence revealed what really happened that day. During the trial, jurors heard from medical experts who described the injuries in detail, and from individuals who lived near Pogue at the time. The defense insisted there was no direct proof linking her to the fatal injuries and maintained that the tragedy was accidental. But after days of emotional testimony, the jury reached a unanimous verdict. When the verdict was read, courtroom cameras captured Pogue's stunned reaction.
She accidentally threw the baby against the wall by mistake.
Accidentally. See, notice how they word stuff. That's how they get off of murder. The way they word stuff. It's a word salad for them. You just say the right words and you get off of murder. I accidentally threw him up against the wall. How in the hell you accidentally throw a baby up against how? Tell me how you accidentally did that. And what would possess you to throw a baby anyway? Anywhere. So that's murder right there. That's malicious wounding. That's murder. So yes, she did it on purpose. But they never want to paint that picture for their white women. Do that. Okay. So we're gonna get her manslaughter. Okay.
Yeah, that's sick.
It's a pageant contestant with a bright future. She was sentenced to a lengthy prison term. The case left the small Georgia community heartbroken and questioning how such a tragedy could have unfolded behind closed doors. This case serves.
I wonder how. Anyway, this is true.
Exactly. I'm gonna send you that one about the man who murdered his black wife ended up getting 75 years.
Oh,
I can't believe that one either. I'm shocked on that one. I know, I couldn't believe that. I looked it up. I was like, what? He actually got some time? He did though.
Damn, 75 years.
70-some years. Yep, 72, 70-some years. I'm gonna send it to you. I just want you to see it. Can't believe he got no time though. I can't believe it.
So, and then, this is the one, she got another mud baby too.
In his hair to help me after he slipped in it.
As according to that white boy.
And I'm sure some of you would like for me to address my last video. Not the actual video of me making the braid. The video of me referencing how dirty it still seems to be, even after I've washed it and combed it out, because his curls holds onto like everything. And the one where I said, yeah, my son's hair is a nightmare to comb through. I'm not sure what y'all want me to say. His hair is a nightmare to comb through, and it still appears to be dirty sometimes after I've washed it and combed it because his curls holds onto everything, which is why I made the video, so I can come on here and get some advice on how to care for my son's hair properly. And some of you are concerned that one day he will see this video in the future and, oh my gosh, he will think that his mom thought horrific thoughts about his hair. But I'm sure he's going to be more focused on the encouraging and uplifting comments you all left.
He's going to see this one day too, and it could re-traumatize him again. She does not care. Notice how she added the word dirty up in there. She didn't say dirty in her initial video. In the initial video, she was saying, oh, he had pine cones or pine needles or whatever in his hair because he decided to put it. First of all, that's a little baby. I don't know what pine needles, what even is that? And how does he have access to that? Did she take him to the park and let him roll around in the grass? I have no idea. But she decided to double down and say it is a nightmare. I don't care what you're going to do about it. She's utterly disgusting. She doesn't even want to learn. People like this are dangerous to children. I'm telling you, I told y'all, she is going to continuously talk about him in this manner, use that type of verbiage. He's still sitting right there while she's making this video. She does not care. As he continues to grow, he's going to internalize that and it is going to fester as self-hatred. It's very unfortunate. I don't know where
and
the dad
that's what a lot of those biracial babies may happen.
What you say?
And that's what a lot of them biracial people that's raised by white women, that's what they say. They've been traumatized their whole childhood.
Yeah.
Traumatized.
You got them N-word features and you gotta see too much.
Exactly.
Guessing he has
they keep going to date. Go ahead, keep marrying them. Go ahead, keep on marrying them.
Oh no, I'm gonna show you something in a second, Cassandra.
Probably had a previous child. Somebody in the comments said he had a black sister. I'm guessing, I don't know, she might be biracial too. I don't know. That's 19 years older. So why aren't you asking your stepdaughter to help with his hair? You're using this child as an accessory. This is what they do. This is what they do. They have biracial children and they put them in front of a camera with hopes of going viral, with hopes of becoming huge and successful and famous on social media by saying, look, I got a new accessory. Look, I got a biracial kid, because they know how a lot of people fetishize biracial children. And it's just so sad. Like at the end of the day, lots of different people, do content with their kids. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do content with your children. However, the way that she's talking about him is just unsavory. It's disgusting. It's like some racial underlying tone that she needs to unpack, because he unfortunately is going to have that. This is his mother. That's who's going to raise him and rear him. And I don't know what type of man she laid down, but we keep everybody saying what type of man. A raccoon. That's the only type of man that's a raccoon. The fact that she even felt good enough to say that she used to make fun of and scoff at black people in their hair, and then she went and laid down with somebody that she was fetishizing. She does not look that desirable. I don't like to talk about women's looks, but I'm just saying in the hierarchy when it comes to the clear women in their community. Well, a lot of them that are, pushed to the side, disregarded. Nobody don't want them from their own community. So they go over to the black community because they know a lot of raccoons hold them. And, just because they got clear skin and because of their phenotype, and they're going to get treated better. They're always going to have whiteness over a nigga. So that's why a lot of them, marry black men, because a black man is going to bootlick and treat them like a queen or whatever. And they don't have that many options on the opposite in their own communities. Anyways, what y'all think about this? She literally.
Yeah, considering. Now, for some of those brothers, though, watch this decision. Let's see.
This video. Hey y'all, what's up, motherfuckers? I got a question for y'all. Is it true that once you go black, you never go back?
So do y'all know that phrase, once you go black, you never go back? Yeah. That actually means once you go black, you never actually go back to them. Okay, that's what that means, because I've been with nothing but black men my entire life, and I can honestly say, worst decision ever.
And you couldn't find one you could get along with? That speaks volumes about you.
Listen to what her daddy told her. Listen to what her daddy told her.
Would definitely change.
What you should listen to.
Being with a black man. Okay, my dad used to always tell me, you need to be with a white man, you need to have white kids, blah blah blah. And I would always be like, no, because I liked black men, but I should have listened. So if you
got them bums, now you sit up there trying to cry. Don't care. I didn't care. I could care less. Stick with your own. How many lives did she ruin? Okay, let's talk to them. I guarantee you they have a different story. Because her ass was crazy. You can look at her kill. Because she probably slept with a daddy and a brother. They kept it in the family. That's why she didn't want a white man, because she had them enough.
Yeah, she could. Yeah, one eye is lower than her. She do like she got Down syndrome or something like that going on. It's probably true. Her daddy is probably like her uncle too or something.
Had them brothers and them daddies. So she didn't want another white man. She wanted a black man. Because she had already had a white man. Okay, I'm just saying. Come on now.
Yeah, I can see it. She got the
Talk to them
droopy.
brothers. I guarantee you they got a different story about her. That bitch was crazy as hell. I guarantee you. She took 5 bottles of medication every day. Let her not take a medicine. And you're going to have hell in your house. I'm saying. But we always want to look at the white woman and say, oh, that's because she was with a black man. No, she probably was crazy as hell. Do you hear me? And I guarantee you, every black man she was with would say the same thing about her. She was crazy as hell.
Yeah.
Considering being with a black man, I would honestly.
Her advice to young Neanderthal girls.
So if you are a white girl and you're considering being with a black man, I would honestly think long and hard about that one. Why do you think a lot of black women are starting to date white men?
But they crazy
as hell like you.
Right, they cool too. That's why.
They crazy as hell just like you. White men gonna treat them so much better. And some of them black women believe that until they end up dead. Ask the woman that got her husband got 72 years. I guarantee you her house was not as happy as you think it was. I guarantee you it. I guarantee you her house wasn't as happy as you think.
Hopefully it pop up real quick. I don't freeze or nothing. Just for that. damn, this gonna freeze up. Let me see if I can put it back. Dang, I can't pull it up. All right.
Oh, dang. That's fine.
Dang. All right.
He was her and then spit on her body. But I think her best friend told on him that, that how he was with her.
Though, you talking about the woman?
The best friend, the woman, yes.
Mm.
She had told the best friend, and the best friend, and that's what be happening. Them best friends know what be going on up in them house. The other girl convicted her friend because she was telling, read off text messages and stuff that the girl was sending her. You think she would have got off with that? You think she would have got away with that if the text messages wasn't there? She probably would have got away with murdering that baby. I guarantee you she would have.
Oh yeah. Like they had
Guarantee you
that.
she.
Yeah, and they still said not guilty, even with her friends testifying against her, evidence. All like
Exactly. Still said
they
not
had
guilty.
everything.
Not guilty on whatever. But you could be guilty on this because they had to give us something. They had to give us something because the baby was dead.
Mm. Damn.
But this shows what kind of character he was. Because he was dating. Where was the baby's mama at? That wasn't the baby's mama. So the baby's mama didn't even want the baby. His baby. The baby's mama gave the baby to him. And then he had another white woman that was, taking care of the baby for him. And she didn't even want his baby. I'm just saying. See what you're dealing with. Look at the pattern here. He didn't even notice the behavior of this woman abusing his own baby. He didn't notice the pattern because I'm sure an 18-month-old is showing some kind of sign when you don't want to go over there by that woman. I'm sure that baby showed some kind of sign.
Yeah, he said, she said, I wanted to be the baby mama, so I killed him. Like, not even I wanted to be the wife and the mother. I wanted to be the baby mama, but he already got a baby mama. All white bitches here, and we talking about, but that's that hood rat trailer park culture, though.
To me to see these white girls that crash out after they've had failed relationships with black men. It is hilarious to watch because normally what happens is these white girls wanted to be part of black culture. They wanted to have that proximity to blackness, but the black girls that they came in contact with was like, oh, hell no, Becky, if you don't get your ass. So they were jealous. So them dating black men all boils down to them thinking that that's them getting revenge on black women. Like, I'm taking something that belongs to you. Look, your men don't even want y'all. Aha, I'm better than y'all. And then when they get these black men and realize the black men don't care about them no more than they care about black women, now all of a sudden it's, ooh, don't date black men. Once you go black, no. See, the problem here is she thought that as a white woman, she was going to get with a black man and she was going to be the standard. See, whatever black man she got with, that was his preference. So she figured like, okay, I'm going to be better than any black woman that he could ever come in contact with because look at me, I'm white. I'm obviously better just by waking up in the morning. And now that she feels bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray even, now it's, don't date black men. You fetishized black men because you felt like black men was going to give you that proximity to blackness that you so desperately yearn for. Like, I hear that black scent trying to leak out. I hear it. Even your daddy told you, stay away from them darkies. And you still listen. And to say, I've
Don't be no mud shark, girl.
Black man.
His daughter a mud shark. Man, he probably rolling over in his grave right now. He probably killed himself and rolling over in his grave because his daughter a mud shark. Damn.
Because what you could have said is, I like men. So if I just happen to meet one that's black and he's nice, then, so be it. But saying like, I've always liked black men as if they're just, a slab of meat is disgusting. It's federalization. So please, you're not a victim here. You know who's the victim? The victim are those children that you raised. in a non-nuclear household, they're the victims. They're the victims of everything that's getting ready to happen, because whatever's getting ready to happen between you and the black man you procreated with, it's getting ready to be tumultuous. And those kids are the victims, not you, Becky, with the okay hair.
Damn. So the mud babies is about to get messed up out here. You see, I'm not even disrespectful. I don't call them mud babies. I'd be like, yo, they mixed. They just not black or whatever. You just see what they called them. They called them mud babies, and they also raped them too, you know.
Oh, I'm sure they call them some other babies, some other names too. Monkey babies. Oh, I'm sure. That's a nice name.
Oh, yeah,
Nice
yeah.
name.
That's the one we could say online. That's the PG one. But I want to show you, consider this good brother here with his good old white girl here.
What? What in the world is this, boy? I ain't gonna lie. I've never in my life had to deal with no bullshit like this. Never in my life.
I wonder why you dealing with it right now, brother. You see this? I think this is his girlfriend, consider.
What?
Oh, she set it up for later. She set that up for later. He gonna kill him too. She set that shit up for later. She gonna kill him. He gonna be on the news. He gonna be on the news next week.
Man.
You better get your black ass out of here. Cause you gonna be on the news, baby. She can ready to kill you. And they gonna go to jail because she already set it up.
Damn.
You finna die, honey. You know what? You know how the snakes be sizing people up before they eat them? That's exactly what's happening. She's sizing him up right now. He's finna die. He don't even know that he's getting ready to die, do he?
He in disbelief, obviously. He don't know what's going on.
Ain't that something?
He don't know what's
He
going
about to find
on.
out. He about to find out.
What is this, boy? I ain't gonna lie. I've never in my life had to deal with no bullshit like this. Never.
Yeah, you ain't never had. That's your first white woman.
that was his first one.
That's your first white woman. That's what that is. Leave their asses alone. We done told you, boy.
Damn.
Your mama ain't tell you. I'm telling you. Kathy's telling you. Leave their asses alone. Those are not humans. Those are not people that you need to be dating. They will eat you. Didn't you know they used to eat you? Didn't you know they used to eat black folk? Don't you know they drinking your medicine right now? Where they get their medicine from? Haven't you seen that commercial where they say, "Oh, we're drinking medicine"? Where you getting that? I'm probably not saying it right, but they're drinking our medicine. Okay, where are you getting it from? How did you make that into liquid? That's what I want to know. Okay, I'm just wondering. I'm just asking for a friend. Where you get the medicine from? Is it something? How did you make that? Ain't nobody got medicine but black people, right? How did you make that? From where? Okay, I'm just asking for a friend.
Yeah, and then you brought up this one earlier, because
don't want to, but I just want to give you the full tea.
To a Somalian couple in a Cinnabon in Wisconsin, and the video went so viral that she ended up getting fired. Just watch.
Sexualizing your body. Are you recording? I'm gonna record you. Yes. Do you want me to throw water on you? I am racist. So idiot, for and real. You are an idiot. No, I am racist, and I'll say that to the whole entire world. Don't be disrespectful. You ruined your life, by the way. Oh, you're talking about
crazy as hell. Look how crazy she look. Her eyes is just crazy.
You're not gonna be walking here. Sakwa. Look how you talking about ugliness.
And she continued. This is the original count that posted.
And she continued. Shut up, white boy. I know they're gonna be mad because
Did they tell you how much money she collected though for being racist?
I'm about
This
to
is
play
what
it
they
right
do.
now.
Oh, that's what they do. They support this bad behavior. Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Your sister.
So if y'all ain't seen that video from that lady, that cinnamon bun that says she was racist, flipped off Somalian people and called them the N-word, baby, she got fired. But on top of her getting fired, she has managed to raise $50,000. See, the one thing I have learned in this generation and this time that we're in with this administration is that white people can profit off of being racist, and they want you to record them. They
Blaming
want
this administration. This is
those
America.
white racist folks out there that will agree with them and that will help their lives continue. Don't give them that. Don't. Let them say what they're going to say. Don't record that shit. If you record it, just keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself for a lawsuit or something. But
You agree with that, Cassandra?
My thing is, how much money did she get from that though? This is America, and they keep blaming the Trump administration. No, this is America from the beginning since we got here. You have black folks saying, oh, they only act like this because of the Trump administration. No, sweetheart, they've been acting like this since the beginning of time.
Thank you. What the hell?
I don't
Yeah.
understand when they say, "Oh, they just bringing it out." No, honey, stop lying to
Bring it.
yourself. They've been acting like this. This is nothing new. This is who they are.
Cassandra, I think I've been on here for like 10 years and I did like, I can't even tell you how many videos. And I don't even show the same thing twice except for an update or something. And I will never, ever, ever run out of new stuff to show. But and then you know how much stuff that we will never, ever know happen. Like,
Never, never. But guess what? We keep on dating them. We keep marrying them. We keep hearing love don't matter, color don't matter. Love is love. We keep hearing this shit, and we keep dying. What is it gonna take for us to start teaching our babies from birth? Do not bring one of those home. Like the little black boy say, "Mom, I found a white girl." His mama should say, "Take her ass right back to where you got her, and don't bring another one home." That's exactly what I would have told him. And then once he took her back, I would have said, "Now come on, let's have this conversation. That's not something you want to play with or date. Those are very dangerous. They're like snakes." "What do you mean, mama?" "All snakes are not poisonous, but you don't know which one is. So guess what? You don't mess with any of them." That's exactly what I'd have told him. I ain't
well,
got time for this.
and to be fair, all snakes is cold blooded, so they all of them are cold blooded. So even if they're not all poisonous, they all dangerous. Mm. Yeah, so we got
Yes,
five
I
hundred
can.
thousand.
Every last one. Because our history tells us that.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
Like people be thinking I'd be tripping when I be like, white girls are the most dangerous species. It's because
They
they are, and
they
most
are.
effectively, like are able to separate themselves while also still maintaining. When I really believe that they be the masterminds behind it, they might give white dudes the illusion that they're in
Yeah.
control, and white boys are white boys. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they are kind of gay, so they don't care about women and all that
Exactly.
European
They don't
cultural
care about
stuff.
women. They
Right.
only use them for procreation. Other than that, they're gonna sleep
Right.
with each other. And they dogs.
Yeah. Hmm.
And they
But
children.
But at the same time, though, white women know how to, or white girls, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call them that, but white girls know how to manipulate them, I think, to a certain degree. Like, even doing, they still treated, like, they treated them like ish, but they still treated them with a certain level. They wouldn't, like, they still couldn't do certain things to white girls, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, white girls is just because they also try to play both sides of the field all the time, you know what I'm saying? And they try to act like, well, it's just the white boys doing it. But no, like you are the most dangerous in the universe.
Uh-huh.
And you
The most
are
dangerous.
the manufacturing center for them. So
Hmm.
um
And you think they
these
don't know that they're not reproducing? They're using black people to reproduce their race. That like they've done in every other culture. Australia was mostly black. Look at it now. You can't even find black people. But it was originally black. Where they at? Colonizers went over there and did the same thing they're doing right now in Africa. And any other place where you have black folk procreating with them, creating their own races. Whitewashing black folk. Been doing it for years.
Now look at this considerate. Now if you was a teacher, I want to know how you would handle this.
In Texas, a white student called her mom after saying she's black and she's pissing me off. An absolutely horrible exchange. Take a look at the video.
Deal with me. You're right. Have you touched me? I did not touch you. So I asked you.
I lost my job that day, honey.
Man, considerate. Then look how disrespectful.
They can do that too. Because I would have walked up in that classroom and they didn't know that's not one of them niggas you're going to play that with. They would have known that from day one. Because I would have let them know that. We're not doing that. So she wouldn't have never tried it in my class. Because that helper would have known. You try that with Miss Cassie, she's going to beat your ass and she's not going to care. Seriously. I don't care. You're not going to sit up in that crazy with me. I'm not your mama. I'm not going to act like your mama. And we're going to treat you. I'm going to do to you what your mama should have did and didn't.
Wait, well, her mama probably told her. Her mama probably was at home. N-word, N-word, N-word. Yeah.
Exactly. Girl, please. Honey, please. Child, please, honey. Honey.
Put her hands on her.
Get off my seat.
And no matter how much they got that on tape, that woman still gonna have to accept the consequences. Even though that girl was acting a fool in her class.
I don't care. That's why I ain't gonna be no teacher, because I don't care. I'll be like that teacher that tore that student up, you know.
Honey, I'd had a whole bill for her. You assaulted her. I whooped her like her mama should have did. I sure did had a belt on her behind. Yep.
I can hear you.
I was
I can hear you
terrified.
now because you sure did.
I sure would have. You better keep this on tape. Sure been beating her ass with this belt. Yep. I'd have had a belt in my class and I'd have put it on my chair so they know you act a fool is coming out.
We're like, did you really beat her? I sure did.
I absolutely did. You had it on tape. I sure did. I told him, you come in here acting a fool, I'm gonna handle my business. You're not gonna hurt me for free. You're not gonna come up in my face and act a fool up in my class for free.
Man.
People don't get it. There's some fools right there. But that's our fault because what happens? Why you not in a black school teaching? Ain't nobody got time for them. Ain't nobody got time for that. Black folk got degrees back in the day. They went back into the neighborhood. They didn't debother the white folk because we couldn't. Now all of a sudden you can teach, you can be around them, and you can do this and that, and it's hell dealing with them kids because they know and they think they can control you, even though you're an adult. They still tell their children they don't have to listen to them. You don't. All you have to do is call me. You don't have to listen to them. They don't have a right to teach you. They don't have the right to do black. You know that's what they talk about in their home. So why are you in a white school? You have a whole black guy. He's a professor at a white college. He gets on there talking about his tenure and talking about them white students. I'm like, why are you in that white school? Get your ass out of there. Get with a black school and let's talk about your black experience. He on there every day talking about his white experience, how horrible it is. Why are you still there? That's what I need to know. You thought it was going to be a better experience working with them demons? I could have told you that. But go ahead.
I ain't gonna listen if you tell them decision.
You want to talk to her because she's black and she's fucking pissing me off right now.
I mean, this is absolutely disgusting, and I think we could all agree.
All right, shut up, white boy. Anyway, Cassandra, I'll play this one just to go off with because I used to do this like on occasion because I had to give them their taste of like white girls, their medicine, they white bitch medicine. They be like, and why I say white bitches because we can be on here and be like, oh, I don't mess with them black dogs and black women as bees and all of these things, you know what I'm saying, and not this and not that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the delicate, Neanderthal girl, right, who is a savage, all of a sudden people's like, oh my God, don't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, these bitches ain't bitches. You know what I'm saying?
But everything
Now,
about them has shown us that they're savages. Everything about them.
and you may think that I am tripping, but that's only because you have not read a book or like watched the news or opened your eyes at all.
And that's
Because
what needs to happen. They need to read the Delectable Negroes. They need to read some of these books. Seriously, that needs to be a mandatory read for Black students. And let's talk about that. Seriously, that needs to be a book that we read. And I hope Matron, maybe read Matron. Has she ever read that book? Maybe she can read that book for us. The Delectable Negro.
mhm,
That book is the horriblest book. I couldn't even finish it. I'm just saying. I couldn't even finish it. Maybe that needs to be a book that all
yeah, I
Black
didn't either.
students are required to read.
Yeah,
And
I
then let
didn't
me know
either.
if you're ready to date a man after reading that book. Now, can you date them? And if your answer is still yes, then go for it. Go for it.
Well, considering they would rather not hear that, to be honest with you, because we are racist, and I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, because I do want my people to get to where we need to be. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And like, look, let's be real. There's differences in between us, and why is some of that is important for even you? Because when you take medicine, your medicine might have to be different than somebody who has a different physical composition to you. They can go
Exactly.
outside with just their hands and get enough sunlight in 2 minutes, and then after 2 minutes they start burning or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
Like red
you.
prune.
Mhm. You might have to go outside naked for an hour to get enough vitamin D from the sun that you need. You know what I'm saying? So you might need to take vitamin D pills instead of doing that. You know what I mean? To be more healthy.
Exactly. We got to take vitamin D pills. They can't even stay in the sun. Some of them burn their asses up. We see it every day. They look like red prunes. They be laying in the sun. Instead of them turning brown, they turning red. Burning them.
I would
Burning
I
them like
was
a
I
skunk.
would say this for the young brothers: if you go to the beach and your girl has to put a chemical on her skin to survive. Now, I'm not saying black girls don't put it on, but they don't need to because there ain't nothing gonna happen if they don't. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You don't need that
But
stuff. And people need to understand that. You don't need suntan lotion, black folk. Please stop using suntan
I
lotion.
never put
Please.
it on in my
Please
life,
stop.
like
Please, I never have worn that. Please stop it. Please do your research about suntan lotion and stop putting that on your skin. Nothing's going to happen to us. We don't burn. That's healing for our body. So please stop following them. They have
yeah.
to wear suntan lotion because sun is detrimental to their skin. Okay. Sun
If you
causes
can't,
skin cancer. Show me one Black person that has died from skin cancer. Come on now. I'm just saying.
well, too much
Please stop.
too much sun. Like anybody, a black person who's died from too much sun. But look, and I would say this: if you cannot take your girl on a afternoon to the beach without a chemical, then you probably shouldn't think about dating her. That's all I can say.
Probably shouldn't be dating her. I'm just saying. It's like
Right.
poison ivy. Can't
All
sleep with
right.
poison ivy.
Now, I'm not gonna go into it though, but it's some things I want to point out before I get off of here, consider real quick for a history, because that's what I was gonna do. Like, but I'm glad you came. It was much better this way. Um, let me show
And
you.
invented the light bulb, the telegraph, the television, the telephone, the computer chip, the smartphone, the GPS,
Come on.
the integrated circuit, and even the internet. Basically, we invented everything. What is left? We invented
Who
everything.
is
My
we,
God.
white man?
We did all that.
White boy.
We innovate and create everything. And so it's just par for the course of what happens with Black innovation. I'm big on protecting your IP, but a lot of times you're creating and you want to be creative. But I think this is just another version of what happens when Black people make something, when it comes to rock and roll music, we've invented the ice cream scoop, ice cream alarm system, macaroni and cheese, plasma, hot comb. There's a list of so many inventions and creations by Black people.
And you ain't invented dog cake. He gets up there on national TV. We invented everything. Bitch, you ain't delivered. You didn't even know how to bathe your ass. You didn't even know how to walk on 2 feet until we taught you. You was walking on all 4s. So now you want to see Black history, Black culture, Black inventions. All they do is kill, steal, and destroy. He just showed you right there who they are. I come to kill, steal, and destroy. Who attributes of those? I'm done. I'm done saying what I'm saying. We already know whose children they are. Whoever comes to kill, steal, and destroy, that's their children. That's who they belong to. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, who is we? Now, I used to say this all the time, what the sister's about to say, you know, but I'll let
Time
her.
to get racially profiled in the store. I'm doing this.
One of my favorite things in the world is being racially profiled in stores. Like, I get tickle pink. I see stars of joy when it happens, because when it happens, I turn whoever is doing the profiling into my literal bitch. I ask for things off the highest shelves. If I see something is in a small and a medium, hey, can you go check in the back to see if there's a large? Because I just called and they said that they had it in a large. This is actually what I came to the store for. I gather as many things as I can and I ask them to hold the items. And when they say no, because 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, oh, I can't hold this for you or whatever. Or I have other customers. I'm like, well, I think that, I was already here and I needed your help or whatever. And if you can't hold it, go and take it to the counter. I don't really leave room for discussion because I'm a very assertive person as is. So it's immediately like, go take that to the counter. I order them around. I make sure like at the front of the store where all the new stuff is, I make it a point to be like, ooh, I love this piece. Do you have this piece? And when they say no, I'm like, you can't afford it. Of course you don't have it. Like, look at, you work here. Of course you don't have it. I ask them personal questions like how much money they make. And if they tell me, I scoff in disgust and be like, oh God, I could never live off of that. And if they don't tell me, I look it up and then I still scoff in disgust and be like, oh God, like, that is disgusting. That is pathetic. I just make them feel so uncomfortable and as worthless as I possibly can. And then once I've gotten my jollies off, I go to the counter and let whoever, first I ask if the person that was helping me can ring me out. And when they say no, which is 9 times out of 10, they're going to say no because I've made the person so uncomfortable. I let them ring everything up and then I buy nothing.
I love it.
It is absolutely entertaining. Y'all should try it.
Now, she take it way farther than I did. I'd be like, yo, you go in there, you go in the Kroger, they following you or whatever. Be like, yo, hey, where the ketchup at? Like just find out what you need, and put them to work,
Make them
what
go
I'm
show
saying?
you. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. Totally. I love it. I love that. My thing is, I'm not gonna stick around because I went in this was way back when I was doing the beauty supply place and went in a Chinese shop. Then they had just opened in the area. This was when I didn't understand and didn't know any better. And I walk in the Chinese shop and the first thing brand new store. So I'm just going in there, didn't even really know that they were Chinese, just trying to see, was this a Black store in a Black neighborhood? Let me see. So I go in there, of course it was Chinese. And of course he starts following me, right? And I'm looking at him, I'm like, see, already, I'm not finna buy nothing. I'm not even finna be bothered. Thank you for letting me know that you're Chinese. So this is why I won't shop in your shop because you're following all the Black customers. That's your money, Blake. That's your money right there. But you're gonna disrespect us. I'm not buying nothing in there. But I wanted to let him know. People don't understand. Sometimes you have to say what you need to say. Let them know why I'm not shopping here. Why you not making no money from me. You may make it from these other Black folks. Some of them don't even know no better. Because you had two people in there, me and somebody else, but both of us was being followed by the employees, right? No, I'm not shopping in. I'm not doing this. I'm not shopping in here. This is how you treat your employees. This is how you treat people that come in here to patronize your shop. You want to follow them and harass them, but you want my black dollars? No, why you didn't go in the European area? Why you didn't go in the white area? Because they're not gonna support your ass. But you come in a black neighborhood, want to treat black folk like dirt. You need to. I'm telling you, they should. Man, that shop should have been closed. There's no way. But see, we accept any kind of treatment. We accept all of that, and we still go in there and make them take our money. Even Denny's. Denny's has a horrible reputation with black people. What do? We go in there and still patronize them, make them take our money. We don't talk about them, but go in a black shop, a black restaurant, and they give you a little bit of food. You on the internet talking about them, but didn't tell them, didn't talk to them. You on the computer, internet, Facebook, talking about that black business. Really? But you don't give them Chinese that same energy, but you'll give it to your own. That's what bothers me. How we still not learning. How we're still allowing them to teach us how to treat us. We still allowing them to teach us that no matter how we treat you, you still gonna support my business. And you're gonna keep coming back, Victoria's Secrets. I'm just saying. Because we've heard about several incidences there. And we keep going back. Who was that the other guy who said that he didn't want black money? And Oprah went to a store and bought up everything. What guy was that? It was one of them. God. And then what about the guy on with the boots? The guy who had the tree on his boots. The boot. I don't know these people. Because I don't buy none of their products. Yeah. But I'm just saying. He said he didn't want didn't want our black dollars. What we do?
Tommy something.
Yeah.
Man.
Yes, he'll figure. Yes. And when that who Oprah patronized.
Yeah.
And remember the shop didn't want her in the shop, and she went there and bought up everything. Why would you do that? What?
Right over. See,
yeah. What? That's crazy to me. You don't want me there? White restaurants back in the day, we actually sat there and ate their fruit, ate their food. We allowed them to go in the back and cook us. Oh my God. Can you imagine what they did to that food when you sitting at their counters and they didn't want you in their restaurants and you made them fix you a plate? Are you freaking kidding me? Can you imagine what you ate? Can you imagine? Oh my God, I can't even think about some of the food, some of what they did to our food. But you forced them back in the day at Woolworths to sit at their counters, to make you a hamburger, to make you a shake. Are you out of your mind?
And black people make food way better.
Exactly. We had it going on. They was coming in our area to eat. And you sit up there and force them to fix you an unseasoned hamburger. Unseasoned French fries. Just saying. You've been in there and made them fix you a bowl of grits that don't even have no seasoning in it. Come on now. That's what you paid for. God, what's going on with us? We have the best food. And you go to their unseasoned spot. And then got to put all the seasoning in it after you buy it. When you could have just went over there into A. May's kitchen and ate. Man, I don't know forecast. We in trouble. We in trouble.
Yeah, we done. But I ain't gonna say that because I'm gonna take it back. We might not be done, but I think we're done.
We're not done, but we in trouble. I'm gonna say that. We in trouble. We not done. We ain't never done. Still tight.
We're a little bit done. But no, we got hope, I guess. Now, I was gonna do this, I'm not, and I probably should have saved that for last because I'm not gonna show this here. But I was gonna do this because I was gonna show y'all things that happen because it's something that I want y'all to do. And then you see here, of course, they had they were doing the bus boycott in Birmingham right now, and at this time, from till the December 20th or something like that. But also on December the 4th, Fred Hampton got assassinated, which we'll talk about another time. But you see how they do. But also now now a DC court on December 5th ruled in 1910 that a child cannot attend the school because she is 1/16 black. All right.
Ain't that something? Ain't that
Uh-huh.
something? 1/16 black. How do you measure? How do you measure that? How do you
Yeah.
measure 1/16?
That means her great. She had one great or either great grandparent who was black.
Oh, that's how they measure it. Okay,
Yeah.
1/16. Okay. So if I had
Yeah.
two, that would be 2/16. What's that? I
Yeah.
mean, how do you measure that? Really? Seriously?
Hmm. Yeah, that's how they go. Like, cause you like you got 4 grandparents, 8 great grandparents, and so you got 16 great grandparents. So she had one great grandparent who was black
Oh,
and 15 who was white. And so
that's
she can
crazy. That's crazy. That's
Mhm.
crazy. That's crazy. Oh
Yes.
wow. These crackers forget they forget history, don't they? They forget history.
Yeah, that
Vicksburg
was
massacre.
yeah, and DC, that was like because they be like the North and all that. And then yeah, the Vicksburg massacre, which I was gonna show, which happened in 1874. They called it like a political thing, but it was like black elected officials and stuff like that. And black towns as early as 1874, and tried to that's when they ended the whole reconstruction thing, and they tried to do it by violence or whatever. And so we could talk about that at another time. But and then so a white mob rapes and lynches a sister in
Mm,
1915
mm,
on December the 8th.
mm,
Uh,
mm,
this one is short, so I'll play that.
1915,
yeah.
sometime in August 1915, the barn of a white man named Gabe Frank was burned down in New Hope, Mississippi, and the black community was accused of the crime. The son of Arch and Cordella Stevenson became the prime suspect, and the parents were arrested when they couldn't find him. They were released after 6 days when they were able to prove that their son had not been in town for the past few months. Unable to find out who committed the arson, the white community's anger grew until it exploded on December 8th, 1915, when at 10 p.m. they broke into the Stevenson home and held Arch at gunpoint while they kidnapped his wife Cordella. Arch managed to break away and escape on foot, running to nearby Columbus, Mississippi, asking for help finding his wife. Her body was found the next day. The mob had raped, beat, and then lynched her before leaving Cordella's naked, brutalized body hanging by the railroad track for 2 days, where she was visible to thousands of people traveling by train. Fearing he'd be lynched next for wanting his wife's murder investigated, Arch Stevenson eventually moved to Wylam, Alabama, where his son lived.
That's crazy, right? They so he didn't even do it, but they got mad anyway and broke in the house and attacked the parents and took the mother and raped her and then lynched her after torturing her.
Ain't that something? But these people
So
you want
yeah,
to still date and marry. But you still want to date and marry them. Make it make sense.
yeah, that
Make it make
happened
sense.
on yeah, that would have been Monday in 1915. That's what happened.
They will never see. They will
So
never see.
today, right, in 1960, which is why I was on the subject we was on, California college barred the football players from race mixing at the football at the Holiday Bowl. So this the black players were especially five. There were five. They were denied entrance into the hotel because it was white girls in there. You know. And so that's why I was going to talk about that. And the another thing, and so tomorrow, and before I say what I tomorrow, I'll say this one. Now, this was another lynching that happened in Florida of a young brother or whatever, which was kind of crazy. Um, I think I got the right one here. Oh no, this is super long. Uh, thought it was a short one.
Race and history, all the history that you
Well,
watch.
y'all can go look that one up. But the reason I brought it up is because tomorrow um they have you heard of the Houston race riot in 1917. That's the one when they had the movie Y'all should watch this movie, The 24th. It's when the all black infantry, marched through the town, right, and did what they had to do. You know, they end up killing I think like 17 or 20 some white people or whatever. Because
And they arrested and put them to death or something. Didn't they like
yeah,
put them to
yeah,
death? Okay, I think I remember. It was a movie about that, right? And
yeah, yeah,
they spent the whole night killing them people, honey. They got
yeah.
down, but they killed them at the end. They hung them, or they did some,
But even
But it
then
was a
though,
mis.
because
Wasn't it like a miscommunication or something, or they thought they
no,
was
I
coming, or
wanna.
what?
No, I
No.
won't no damn
Okay.
miss. No, it was like this. What happened, right? So it started because a brother was protecting, like they think the police was harassing the people down there, right? And so you had this all black military who was in Mexico or something, thinking they like, oh yeah, we the military, so we, blue lives
Yeah.
matter and type of thing.
Yeah. Right.
But so when they start getting like facing racism down in Houston, they start being like, "Yo, what's going on?" So then one brother was walking past, and the police was harassing the sister on her
I
own porch,
remember. Yes.
and then
Yes. I remember.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
and the brother
Yes.
stood
I
up
remember.
for her, and so they
I
was
like
like,
that. It was being.
yeah. And then so that they said the mob was gonna come, so they was like, forget the mob. And what's interesting was the one who was like supposed to be in charge, who was like the one who was being the most like a coon the whole time. He was the one that was like, "Yo, forget this. Let's go get the guns and do what we got to do."
Yeah.
And even when they was lynching them, like, see, what we could talk about to be proud of that is like nobody said a word. None of the brothers said nothing. So like some of the people that they lynched, like, was maybe was not guilty. Some of them was. Some people probably got away with it that wasn't arrested, but nobody said a word. Nobody snitched on nobody.
Yep.
And they kept their heads up. They didn't beg or nothing. And so, y'all
That
should
was a
watch
good
that
movie.
movie,
I really
the
enjoyed that movie.
24th.
That movie was a good movie. That was a good
Yeah.
movie. Yep.
Yeah, so this happened in 1917. Like, so when y'all think that black people was just surrendering and getting beat up and not
Oh
doing nothing
no.
and not fighting back, like, because I tell people all the time, this era was they called themselves like people is like corrupting it and everything. Like when they said the new Negro movement, they not saying, oh, they were saying just like we say now, we not our ancestors, you know what I'm saying? We gonna fight back. Y'all come down here and put your hands on us, we gonna fight back because a lot of
Yep.
black men came back from World War I. They had their
Yep.
guns and stuff like that, and they was like,
Yep.
"Yo, we fought for this country. We was not finna let y'all come in here and lynch us
They
or
did
do
it.
none of that stuff." You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
Changed the
so,
world,
like,
didn't it?
you got to understand, most black towns was not burned down at all because they could not come into the black towns without getting smoked for real. Like joking. Like black men would stand at guard outside the city, and for when especially when times when they thought a riot was gonna happen, and when they come in, police or not, they would shoot up whatever car come in that they don't know. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. And then this
this
reminds
was
me how a little white boy went into a black neighborhood and was shooting up the neighborhood and everybody was scared. Nobody came out. Nobody. And black folk got guns, right? You got Pookie and Ray Ray in the block on the block. Not one black person came out to handle him. He was just, and
yeah.
he came back another day. I'm just saying, this is what's going on now. Back in the day, you think that would have happened? They'd have lit his ass up. Back in the day, they didn't care because they was like, "You're not coming in here threatening our children, threatening us," and they'd have lit him up. But not. This was in last year, maybe 6 months, maybe last year sometime. White boy came in the black neighborhood and was shooting the car, just pop by himself, and not one black person came out. Not one black person handled him. You could have stayed in your house and handled that because he came into your area and threatened you and your children, but not one person. And I said, he coming back. And a couple of days later, what happened? He came back. I'm just saying, back in the day, we handled our business. We didn't take no crap from them. We was in high school, we handled our business. Them crackers knew. They knew. Back in the day, they knew. Don't come over here, don't come around us, because we're not having it. They stayed to themselves, we stayed to ourselves. You come over here, we're gonna beat your ass, we're gonna send you back over there. And that's what we did. They knew that. They knew they knew how we was back in the day. And then all of a sudden in the 70s, 75, 80s, 80s, 90s, it changed. I'm like, what happened? We got some punks now. What y'all doing? Remember, hey, honey, we didn't have it. We didn't have it. This stuff changed, what, 2020? It took them 20 years to get our minds, to rebuild up some, some kids that, to retrain our thinking. And now we scared to move. We scared. Now, they got, well, if you hit, you're going to get suspended. Both of y'all going to get suspended. Well, if I tell you that she's harassing me and you don't do nothing about it, then I go and beat her ass. Why am I getting suspended? You understand? So now they got you scared to fight. They got you scared to hit back. They got you scared. But who usually gets suspended is the black student. Because the white students been messing with them so much, so long, then all of a sudden that black student want to beat the hell out of them and do. Like the girl with the white girl who knocked her unconscious, beat her unconscious, right? Gave her brain concussion or whatever, because she was, But they have gotten our children afraid to fight. Well, we're going to punish you if you hit back. That's even now today. Who was that? The black man, was being road rage. And he shot in the car because they was, threatening his life. He shot in the car, killed a girl. Then he went to jail. Then the woman he was with said, I ain't hear nothing. What? You ain't hear nothing? But this was a girl he was dating. I mean, you see it even now. Same thing. Nothing changes with them. Nothing. And these are the people that you want to waste your time with. These are the people you want to sleep with. These are the people you want to eat with and want to marry and mix and mingle and call them sis. No.
No, and look, and I do got to get off here, but I want to show you just to prove your point. This is let's see, when was this? December the 8th in 2025. So this is.
Oh wow.
On this Monday, we're getting brand new insight about the guest list for an annual hate conference at a state park right here in Middle Tennessee. And we've now discovered it includes people who have celebrated political violence. Good evening, everyone. I'm Rory Johnston. Carrie is off. The American Renaissance Conference has been coming to the area since 2012, yet not much has been known about the cast of characters who attend. That is until now. News Channel 5 Chief Investigative Reporter Phil Williams was there.
It was before Trump. Right about that.
Henry Bell State Park in Dixon County. Phil is with us now.
Now, the original Klan, most people think the Klan was like that thing in the 1900s or whatever in Atlanta, but the original one was 18. As soon as slavery was over, slavery is over Tuesday. Tuesday morning, the Klan. Slavery's over Tuesday night. Tuesday morning, the Klan is born. You know what I'm saying? And Tennessee, that's where it was. And the reason why is because at that point you are no longer white people's property. So before, if they lynch you, they have to pay a white person. But now it's just nothing happens. But anyway, that's where the original Klan started.
And I know you've been working hard to figure out who you were actually seeing come into that place, right?
That's right, which was not something that the conference organizers liked at all. As it turns out, there's probably a good reason.
If you are not here to celebrate and lift up love, what are you doing here? Why would you
Among the changing colors of the season,
here for the conference? What's your last name?
visitors came from across the country for a conference where the only
you here too, boy?
matters is
But
right.
do you see who's welcoming them? Broadcast, hold on. Do you see who's welcoming them? Who do you? Hold on, let me get this out.
You like,
Do
you
see
here? You
who's
here
welcoming
too?
them in? The police department, right? So all those niggas you see hanging on trees, who's involved in it? Who's saying it's suicide? Who's not investigating it? What's the medical team saying? Do we understand now what's going on, family? Is it really suicide? No, it's not really suicide. What is it? It's murder. They know who it is. They know who it is. So it's not suicide. But they're going to tell you it's suicide because they know who it is. It's their friend. Go ahead.
He said, you here for the conference too, boy? Welcome in.
Exactly. Head honcho in charge. Look, got the police department standing right there, checking the guest list. Come
What's
on
your
now.
name?
What's that telling y'all? What's that telling everybody? They in on it. It'll never
Yeah.
change. The FBI told us the police department has been infiltrated, and not just the FBI, not just the police department. Your schools, your medical, teachers, come on, nurses, doctors,
No, because
everybody in every entity where you see white folk, it's been infiltrated by the KKK.
I used to be like, I would say this, but it just sounded wrong. I would be like, the police didn't infiltrate the KKK, or the KKK didn't infiltrate the police. The police infiltrated the KKK, but it sounds like the police infiltrated them. It just means like the KKK just is the police. You know what I'm saying? So it's no difference.
That's what we look at every day. Why you think they telling you that it's suicide? Because it's them. Because if I put attention on us, we're not gonna be able to still hang these Negroes. We can't put attention on us like that. We're gonna stick to the plan. Because they ain't gonna never think it's not an accident.
And if you don't believe it, like look at some of their tattoos that they be having. If you don't think it's if you think I'm just saying it just to be saying it,
Exactly.
but
They tell you every day. They show you. And you think the FBI gonna investigate themselves? FBI told you the white male was the most violent, and which is talking about them. So you think they're gonna put attention on them? No. Think the police department gonna put attention on them by sitting up there saying, "Oh, we're gonna investigate a murder that they was involved in." No, we're gonna say it's suicide, and everybody's on the same page. Medical examiners, same page. What did Marjorie Green, the one that's the senator who's sitting up there getting ready to resign in January? She said Trump then threatened her son because she because she voted on the Epstein list coming out, right? And he got mad because he told her a lot of people gonna be hurt by that. Of course, a lot of your senators, a lot of Congress, a lot of them white dudes gonna be hurt by that list. So that's why they can't let that list out. But she voted to bring it out, and she said her son was threatened because she's not a part of that program anymore.
yeah, that European culture, they make statues of like naked babies, so it's weird.
Hey, come on, go ahead.
I mean, I'm just saying, like shit, and she got the Neanderthal face right
over
now.
there that believe only they belong in this country.
Here at Tennessee's Montgomery Bell State Park, protesters were kept far from attendees at the American Renaissance Conference, an event that, as the protesters see it, represents the worst of the world of hate.
And we want our message of tolerance and acceptance to stand in stark contrast to what they are advocating for in there.
Exactly what they advocate inside the park's lodge is a closely guarded secret, as is the guest list, which is what led us to stake out the security checkpoint, standing in a public spot in a public park, where we found some attendees desperate to hide from our cameras. For this woman, it was an effort that required both hands.
It's my understanding that you have been providing these pictures to people in the past year.
And this man, a longtime American Renaissance speaker and attorney who has represented the Klan and other hate groups, accused us of working with domestic terrorists. So when he stopped to take pictures, I decided to confront his questions directly. Did you have any questions for me?
Well, I'd be happy to ask you. Y'all are with Channel 5?
I am with Channel 5. I'm Phil Williams.
Hi, I'm Sam Dixon. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Sam.
The reason is we have reason to be concerned about we have lots of people with a group called Antifa. And they have tried to prevent us from having our meetings. And
I assure you, I'm not Antifa. Back at the checkpoint, we saw some familiar faces.
Hello, Thomas. How are you, sir?
That's Thomas Rousseau. He's the leader of the Patriot Front, the white nationalist group known for its flash mob protests, as well as its training of young men for battle. They want an America for whites only. And this is...
You see this, though? They can't fight, but the fact is that they are fighting each other. They are trying to train or whatever, you know? And this is why it's important for us to be in shape and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And for you to go walking.
But we won't change. We don't change. Did U-Haul tell us that they were done renting out their vans to them? What do we see? U-Haul. See, this is who we need to be boycott, family. U-Haul. Didn't we just see a U-Haul pull up? Did they tell us they weren't renting out their vans to them anymore? I'm just saying. This is we boycott the wrong people. But like I said, like you said, we're supposed to be training right now. We're not doing that. We're supposed to be buying up our candy bars. We're not doing that. But I'm telling you, we better get it together quickly because they training and they're and you know from what if you really listen to the symptoms, somebody's supposed to some business supposed to be taken care of with somebody in the you know a real important person supposed to leave us, okay? And if y'all not thinking about what's gonna happen when that person does, if that person does, now symptoms have come up to be true, right? Okay. So if that person does, when that person does, are you guys gonna be ready? Because shit is going to hit the fan. I hope y'all can read between the lines. We're not gonna say what we're thinking, but y'all read between the lines. Go pull up the symptoms. The Simpsons say a very important person is not going to be with us any longer. And if that person in Simpsons is right, your asses better be ready for what's coming. Because just like when the CK got murdered, okay, they was coming after your children, and your children had nothing to do with it. So just think, if something happens to this person, and you guys are not ready, a lot of people, black folk, gonna die. Not condoning violence, just telling you what's coming. What's coming? We've been talking about civil war since forever. If something happens, like the Simpsons keep telling us, gonna happen. If that happens, shit is going to hit the fan. Are you going to be okay? And I'm gonna rest with that.
Eric Orwell, the Arkansas man who has returned to the land, the group that wants to build a whites-only community in Tennessee, recently posted photos show Patriot Front showed up at Orwell's compound in Arkansas to help with building projects there. That despite what seemed like his efforts to distance himself from the group when we talked a few weeks back.
All right. So, but you know, the important thing is though, because they make their own communities and it's whatever, but you definitely need your own communities and to be able to protect them and to be ready for whatever comes, you know, because whether you like it or not, whether you're integrated or not, whether you are their friends or not, whether you voted or not, they are going to be them, and they are going to, as long as you are no don't want to be a slave. Now then maybe if you want to be a slave and you still could get lynched and killed and stuff like that, is a chance you probably still would get killed or whatever. But if you want to be a slave, then maybe you will be all right. But if you don't want to be a slave, it doesn't matter what you do. If you're not ready to build and then protect your own, then
Right.
you're gonna face the
Right.
same thing that every other thing faces, and it is what it is, you know.
And if you one of them coons, a white woman or a white man, you in trouble too, and he is too, because they don't tolerate their own, marrying outside.
Yeah, you're talking
So
about the
this
mud
thing is
sharks.
coming. I'm telling you, yes, I'm telling you, it's coming. So y'all need to be ready and know and understand that when it hits the fan, you guys better be ready.
Mm.
And a lot of people, a lot of black folks, don't think they need candy bars. They were standing in line giving it up. Remember in Chicago that one year, they had black folk around the corner. You see no white folk in the line. They had black folk giving up their candy bars. The sheriff's office had black folk giving up their candy bars. Can you imagine that? Standing in line, gave you $100 per candy bar. And I guess they were so hard up for the $100, they gave up their candy bars. I'm like, you guys are fools. Now what
Yeah,
you gonna use when they come?
yeah.
I'm just saying, we gotta be
Well,
ready.
yeah. Well, you know, I ain't even planned, but I'm glad you definitely came on here today, though, considering I'm definitely glad we still got to the conversation. We'll get to that conversation too we was talking about earlier. We'll do that next
Yeah.
week. So,
Okay.
um, I appreciate you for listening. Shouts out to Denise 804. But you got anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
And no, I just want us to be ready, family. I want us to be ready. That's all. That's all I'm saying. We do this program for you guys to be ready. We don't do this just because. We're doing this because we want Black folk to wake up and understand that things never change. They never change. They never will change. So we need to stop thinking that they will never change. They're gonna always be the same. We just have to be ready for whatever they got coming. We need to be doing training just like they doing training. And we so busy making them rich that we don't have time to train. We so busy flipping their hamburgers for $7.50, $8 an hour. When I'm seeing them on these islands out here. I'm seeing them, they just living large, okay? I see them living large. And we so busy we can't even travel. We can't do for self. We can't think about supporting our own. We can't even take a vacation. But they taking plenty of vacations with you flipping their hamburgers at their businesses making them rich. I'm just saying, y'all, we got to change some things.
Yeah, facts.
Well, thank you for this opportunity, Forecast.
No, I appreciate you for coming on. Y'all support Realm in the Bush, and everything Considra is doing. Shouts out to Considra for coming on. I know you was busy, has just stuff to do, but I appreciate you for making time, and making this another great one. Shouts out to Denise 804 who's in the building.
Yes,
Um,
welcome to me.
I'm gonna let
Welcome.
this brother have my last words. I think this was right. I don't know.
This feeling is still there. I would not, and I don't think any student who's basically looked at the necessity of Black people being out of their minds as being the foundation of European dominance would not be surprised. I think it was quite predictable. Remember, these children have this feeling of inferiority basically from the end of their second years. You can pick up this sense of inferiority as early as 3.5 years old. So it starts very early. And I'm still working through my mind the implications of that finding. We are talking about preschool children, not only children that are in school, but children who are having this feeling prior to school. This would, of course, indicate that to a degree that our environment is saturated with racism through TV, through the various media, through the pictures on walls, through the unconscious and conscious state, and influence the child's behavior and attitude starting in the womb itself. And I often start my developmental classes not with the prenatal period and how egg meets sperm, but with why do you have children in the first place? Because the reason you have children will influence their development. It will influence them from the time they're in your womb until, of course, the day they die on this earth. It would indicate then that to a degree and in some way, the Black community itself has been induced in helping to bring about a feeling of inferiority in its children. To a good extent, it is not so much the actions of racism that destroy us, the discrimination by white folk and Europeans, the kind of hatred that they express toward us as people that destroys us and gives us an inferiority complex. It is to a good degree how we as people react to these actions. Whether we believe the propaganda or not, whether we believe what the European actually has said, we cannot often control the behavior of.
Yeah, so we can control how we react. Better yet, we respond. Better yet, we make them react to us and what we do, because anything that we want, we set our mind to. Imagine if we fought for equal money for black schools as much as we fought to go to their schools. Imagine if we fought for a black army as much as we fought for Americans' army. Imagine if we fought for black democracy as much as we fought for American democracy. Right? Imagine if we fought for self-love and self-acceptance from each other as much as we fight for acceptance from and love from Neanderthals. Like, where will we be? So there is a necessity for us to have this inferiority complex in order for there to be what they call white supremacy. So the minute that you love yourself, you destroy their systems completely. So that's all you got to do. So, as always, man, we have got to start standing for something, or we're going to keep falling for anything.
Peace, family.